Hi, I'm Jane and Marty, and we're from Surprise, Arizona. We've lived here for 10 and a half years, and we made the decision to put solar on our house 2.5 years ago. And very honestly, it's one of the best decisions we made, not only with the company that we went through, but seeing the reduction in money we pay monthly to APS. Um, we thank them for allowing solar to come, and now we want to make sure it stays without taxes.
We use a lot of power in the summertime when the temperature gets to be 110, 120.
90.
90? Oh,
Do a lot of inside games, a lot of friends over. I mean, we work very hard to get here on our in our retirement age, and um, we're enjoying and loving this place. It took us a year and a half to find wonderful Arizona with its heat. Our neighbors signed up immediately as soon as solar came out, took advantage of all the credits that they were getting, and we held back. We just weren't sure it was the right thing to do. We weren't sure if we wanted to spend the money that you have to put in. Um, and after hearing what they were paying monthly versus what we were paying monthly to APS, it became a very little, our decision was made.
one of the largest costs that we had in our life was utilities. It was one of the largest things we had to pay out. And although we had covered ourselves in insurance on appliances and insurance on cars and all that, we had no way to assure where the rates of utilities were going, and they were going up. And this program that we found another way for us to help, you know, put a ceiling on our future costs associated with utilities, and so it's a pretty major decision for retirees, and a very positive thing for them. You know, if they think the way I do, where you don't have unlimited bucks and you want to control your future costs. When we get into a program like solar, which we're trying to grow in a country, and specifically here in Arizona, and to put such a short window on the basic fundamentals of the business and then change the rules of the game are so contra to a good business decision in general, in the most general sense. And specifically when it relates to APS, uh, those people who are selling the back power, like myself, okay, are getting no credit from them for the fact that they can defer all their major capital investments in power plants because we're selling them power. And when things get really, really tough, meaning that they get an overuse of power, and then they got to put up another $4 billion power plant, that's the biggest thing that they have to deal with. And solar coming, power coming off rooftops helps them a lot more than they, are willing to admit to the world. We're deferring their needs to grow power plants. So I think that APS is short-sighted, and as a country and a state where we were making headroads into a major worldwide industry, it's a shame to put anything in its way when we're just getting this thing really moving in the direction that the country wanted it to move in.
As retirees, we bought solar to keep our costs down for today, tomorrow, and for future, and for all the other retirees who should have the opportunity to buy solar. And now, APS, knowing that there's no competition, wants to put a charge on them purchasing solar.
Here we are in the middle of the right thing happening with a good business model happening, and they want to affect the business model, which could be affecting the whole economy of the state of Arizona, which right here in our own little city, Surprise, at one time we had two manufacturing places associated with solar, and there's a little think tank that's started out here that's making some sort of a semiconductor for solar panels. So, you know, it's right here in Surprise where we see the birth of some of this stuff, and I think they're going to be negatively impacting it by what they're planning to do.